Well, as you can see, it's not just Bollywood that is the subject of a big drug investigation. The Kannada film industry, or Sandalwood too, is mired in this drug scandal. It's called the Sandalwood drug scandal. It has nothing to do with sandalwood. Sandalwood is the name for the Kannada film industry. After actors Ragini Dwivedi and Sanjana Galrani, now two more top Kannada actors, like you just saw in those pictures, Diganta and Aindrita Ray, they are a couple, are under the lens of the Bengaluru Central Crime Branch. Both were questioned today and they will be questioned again. Here's our full story.
Top actors, drugs and VVIP parties. From Bollywood to Sandalwood, the drug scandal in film industries is getting bigger by the day. In Karnataka, two more high-profile actors have now been caught in the Sandalwood drug net. Actor Dignath and his wife Aindrita Ray were summoned by the Bengaluru's crime branch for questioning on Wednesday. They were grilled for more than 4 hours and then let off. However, the sources said the actor couple will be summoned again. While the probe is only widening, the two prime accused actors, Ragini and Sanjana, remain jailed after they failed to secure the bail. Sanjana is now likely to be given judicial custody. Both actors allegedly have links to peddlers and had consumed drugs in parties. The remand copy shows messages exchanged between the actors and peddlers. As the probe continues, the politics is only intensifying, with opposition accusing the government of targeting them under the pretext of drug probe. This after there were reports of Congress MLA Zamir Ahmed, who had visited a casino in Colombo with actor Sanjana.
ಈ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಸಿನೋ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೀವೇನು ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? ಕ್ಯಾಸಿನೋ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆಯಲ್ಲ ಈ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳು ನಡೆಯತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಈ ನೈಟ್ ಬಾರ್ಗಳಿಗೂ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಹಲವಾರು ಇಲ್ಲಿಯ 5 ಗಂಟೆವರೆಗೂ ಡ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಬಾರ್ಗಳು ನಡೆಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಥ ದಂಧೆಗಳು ನಡೀತವೆ.
These drug cases are found for last several years, more so in 2018 and 19 under the opposition government itself. Okay. For the first time we are taking it head on. They have not taken any action. That is why we are forced to take some drastic steps now.
The government has stood behind the police by giving them a free hand in the ongoing investigations. So far, 10 people have been arrested, including foreign nationals.
With the Central Crime Branch questioning two more actors in the ongoing Sandalwood drug scandal, the probe is slowly but surely intensifying. However, the opposition claims that this is nothing but diversionary tactics on part of the government to avoid important and pressing matters in the state. With video journalist Madhuar, Nolan Pinto for India Today.
Now we understand that, because of so many characters that we add every day to this story who are being brought in to be questioned, you might get a little confused about who all is involved. So we've simplified it for you. And to decode this Sandalwood drug route and who's involved, let me show you what it actually looks like. Prateek Shetty is an arrested drug peddler. Laum Samba is also a drug peddler. He's an African drug peddler who's also been arrested. Then you've got Prashant Ranka. He's also a drug peddler. Another peddler is Vaibhav Jain. He's the fourth peddler who's been arrested. Then you have Ravi Shankar, who is the man who is an RTO clerk, Regional Transport Office clerk by profession, but is suspected to have worked as a drug peddler. He has also been arrested. So remember, those are the 5 who were first arrested. As per the police sources, there are 5 peddlers who supplied drugs to the 3 party organizers, starting with Viren Khanna, Aditya Agarwal and Aditya Alva. Remember, he is currently absconding right now. He is also former Karnataka minister's son. These celebrities who are named and arrested in the case used to attend drug parties hosted by the above 3 persons. That is Viren Khanna, Aditya Agarwal and Aditya Alva, who's currently absconding. He's also the brother-in-law of actor Vivek Oberoi. So there is Ragini Dwivedi. Coming to the celebrities and actors. Ragini Dwivedi, she's already in judicial custody. Sanjana Galrani. Then you've got Diganta and Aindrita Ray, who've now been questioned today. And you've got D. Anika as well. There are 2 other people who are apparently linked to the case and are close aides of TV actor D. Anika. There is M. Anup and R. Ravindran. Those are two more names which will appear in this entire saga very, very soon. So this is the overall flowchart that gives you a sense of the characters involved in this unfolding story. Now I want to bring your focus to one person that you saw in this flowchart, Aditya Alva. He is the son of a former Karnataka minister. He is the brother-in-law of actor Vivek Oberoi. The sandalwood drug scandal is not just limited to actors and celebrities, as you can plainly see. Allegations have also been made against netas and their aides. At the center of it is Aditya Alva, accused number 6 in the sandalwood drug scandal. He's been missing since the 4th of September. He's the son of former Karnataka minister Jeevaraj Alva, and like I said, he's the brother-in-law of actor Vivek Oberoi. Aditya Alva's house near Hebbal in Bengaluru, called the House of Life, a high-profile party venue, was raided last week. This after the arrest of top stars Ragini and Sanjana Galrani, who are currently in custody. The question is, why is Aditya Alva absconding? He's the son of a former minister. The Central Crime Branch wants to question him, but he's nowhere to be found. He's clearly a VVIP son. So how is it that he's on the run and hasn't been responding to summons by the police at this point of time? So you've heard the word House of Life now. So, and I'm sure you're very curious about it, especially if you don't live in Bengaluru. Let me tell you what the House of Life is, because obviously that's evoking a lot of things in your mind. That's where many of these parties were apparently organized at the behest of Aditya Alva. Let me show you what the House of Life actually is now. The spotlight now, like I said, is on Aditya Alva and his House of Life. Spread over 4 acres near the Hebbal Lake in Bengaluru. It's 10,000 square foot house, like a residence at its center. This was allegedly used by Aditya Alva to organize some of the parties being investigated. The website of House of Life describes the venue as a hedonistic playground. Hedonism, of course, is the study of pleasure. A hotspot for Bengaluru's most well-heeled, fashionable tastemakers. These are not our words. This is from the website. The most talked about electronic music venue that hosts top-class, world-renowned DJs. It would also host fashion shows, after parties, and a wide range of private parties. And some of these private parties may be under the scanner now. It is alleged that it was at these private parties that top actors and celebrities would consume drugs that were made available by some of the peddlers we've just mentioned to you. The sandalwood drug scandal is only exploding, with 10 arrests already made, including Ragini Dwivedi and Sanjana Galrani. The question is, how long before Aditya Alva is caught as well? Remember, he's been absconding since the 4th of September. Incredible. Son of a former minister, and he's absconding. That's the kind of VVIP privilege that is enjoyed in this country. I want to go straight across now to India Today's Nolan Pinto, who's been tracking the story. Nolan, Ragini is in jail. Sanjana Galrani is behind bars. When they were summoned, they immediately came. I'm not defending them. I'm just saying they followed due process. They answered summons and came. Where is Aditya Alva? He's a son of a former minister. He's nowhere to be found. He's apparently missing since September the 4th. No explanation has been given. What's the police saying?
Well, in fact, Shiv, the police are extremely tight-lipped as to where on earth is Aditya Alva. When we went over there yesterday, I met his bodyguard. I asked this question, and he says that he's not met him for about, well, 3-4 months. And he said that he didn't meet him, but Aditya Alva has made sure that he was getting his salary. Basically, his salary was being paid. Our sources in the police tell us that Aditya Alva has switched off his mobile phone. He could be anywhere. He could be in Bengaluru itself. He could be in the rest of Karnataka or even New Delhi or Mumbai. What we're also told is that the police are now searching, basically talking to his relatives, his friends, trying to figure out where he is, because they believe he's regularly shifting his houses. Now, we are still not sure if through his lawyers he has actually met the CCB. But as of now, Aditya Alva is clearly missing in action, or basically absconding when this case, from the time that his name actually came out in this particular case, Shiv.
Nolan, he's wanted for questioning. Isn't that right? They just want to question him because House of Life is owned by him. Some of those parties were apparently organized by him. So it's a normal round of questioning. But, you know, when someone is called for questioning in this case, no guilt of any kind has been established. A person disappearing like this looks suspicious.
Very true, Shiv. In fact, what we are also told is this. What they want to know what's his relationship with Viren Khanna. Now, Viren Khanna, for everyone needs to know, organized these huge, big, massive parties over here in Bengaluru.
Yeah.
In fact, the who's who, the VIPs, VVIPs, expats, everyone would be there at these parties. So we're told that Viren Khanna would organize such parties at the House of Life. Now, Shiv, what we're also hearing is that Aditya does not stay in the House of Life. He used to stay there earlier. He lives in his residence in Sadashiv Nagar. So the House of Life was converted into a complete commercial property. And during the weekends is what we are told that parties would be organized over there. Parties which the former Chief Minister Kumaraswamy actually made a statement. He said that the drug dens in Bengaluru are basically your five-star hotels, your pub bars, which actually run throughout the night till the early hours in the morning. So the House of Life is one such place where parties would go on till quite early in the morning. And this is exactly what Kumaraswamy, the former CM, was talking about.
Very suspicious. Nolan, keep tracking that story. I also want to speak to someone from the industry itself. I have with me Megha, who is an actor, scriptwriter and activist who has spoken to us about this. One of the few persons who's actually been brave enough to speak out about this unfolding story. Megha, great to see you again. Thanks for being with me here on 5 Live. Megha, you know, a really interesting thing has happened. You know, we were speaking about how Ragini and Sanjana have been taken into custody. Two women who've become the face of this entire story. Now, surprise, surprise, Aditya Alva, who is the son of a former minister, just being summoned for routine questioning, and the guy has disappeared. I'm not attributing any guilt to Aditya or anyone, but isn't it weird what VVIP culture in this country is? Aditya Alva, the one guy who's been summoned now, he's disappeared.
Yeah, hi Shiv for having me here again. And as you brought it up very right, so it looks like the way it is turning around, the people who are complying with the investigation authorities, the people who are going for questioning, they are made the scapegoats. They are held in judicial custody for over a long time. And the people who are just absconding just get away with the scrutiny of media, get away with any sort of defamation, you know. So all the names which we have heard so far are Sanjana, Ragini, and even today we had the questioning of a star couple. So
yes,
these people have actually honestly complied with authorities. They have gone, they have been summoned, and they have actually appeared. And it looks like, you know, the police is trying to keep them in jail for as long as possible. I mean, the good thing which happened today was that Andrita and Digant, who went for questioning today, were not held for a long time. They were released after the questioning was over. That's a good sign. That looks like, you know, police investigation authorities are actually looking for more concrete evidences. They're looking for cracking down the network. But what has happened with the earlier accused, it just looks like the bail pleas are getting rejected throughout, and the more focus is to keep them inside the jail. So what happened? It creates a perception that they're already guilty of something. You know, it doesn't look. People don't understand the difference between judicial custody for questioning or actually serving the jail notice for as a part of conviction.
Yes.
So this is one thing. And second thing is, as you completely brought out, that's very, very true, that the VVIP culture. So what has happened now is this whole attention, when we talk about drugs, the only one thing comes in a mind is film industry. So so far, the whole investigation has been framed around the celebrities and the socialites of the industry. But what we are missing is actually a hidden network, which is very powerful, which has the power of money. They are the elite privileged club of society. They are like from real estate, they're from underworld, they're from political background. They have a certain anonymity because they are not scrutinized.
And Megha, this person in question, I apologize for interrupting you, but the person in question here, Aditya Alva, again, I want to say that I am not attributing any guilt because India Today is not a court, but he's been summoned by the police. The same way that Ragini and Sanjana were summoned, he's been summoned as well, but apparently he's been missing. He's not at home. Exactly. You know, nobody from his friends or family, quote unquote, apparently know where he is. He's the son of a former minister. He's the brother-in-law of a prominent actor. And this appears to be pretty acceptable for everyone. Everyone except India Today, of course.
Exactly. This looks like, it looks like, he's just gotten away with it, and there has been no focus. I mean, you are bringing it out. That's really good. But even if you talk about the local media in Karnataka, the main people who are always in news are only these actresses, actors, and all that
They've
stuff.
become the face.
And also, yes, and I also wanted to bring out another thing, Shiv, here, that there has been a lot of statements against the night parties, the night culture, and all that stuff. So as we understand that it's very important to crack down the drug cartels, the drug mafias. At the same point, we should not curtail the freedom of
Totally
other people.
agree.
There should not be infringement in the private life.
Very
so
true.
tomorrow it shouldn't happen as a result of today's environment. It should not happen today or tomorrow after lockdown is curbed, that people who are going to night parties are seen with that kind of suspicion of having drugs. So are we not building that kind of atmosphere in the country where again the same sort of we are going back to many years where going out in the night was considered with some sort of moral questionability. So at the same time, we should focus. The narrative should not turn around in another way, which is a very dangerous sign for our liberal democracy.
You raise a very, very important point, Megha, and that will be my last question to you, which is that Bengaluru is a city that loves its freedom, its liberties, its very vibrant nightlife. Is there a possibility that this drug scandal that currently is very focused on the film industry could have some kind of fallout effect on the nightlife in Bengaluru? Because in the effort to, try and get as many, people as possible, freedoms could possibly be curtailed. Do you see that happening?
Exactly. Yeah, Shiv. So that is what I'm actually worried about. That
Yeah.
is my worry, because the way the narrative is being turned around nowadays, it looks like people who are going to, even people who have gone to night parties earlier, like she was going to night party. It is seen with some sort of suspicion that you are indulging in something very questionable. So tomorrow, because a lot of people, Bangalore is very vibrant when it comes to nightlife, and that's a good thing. And I say the nightlife in any city actually enhance the safety of women. It is actually a more liberal sign of a city. So we should actually promote the nightlife, but at the same time, we should curb those illegal activities which are happening. Even if we don't have nightlife, there are illegal activities which are happening in terms of loot and
absolutely.
thieves and all that stuff. So for a more safer society, we need the nightlife. It is more safer for women if nightlife is more open. So we should, at the same time, we should be sensitive toward what kind of future we are setting up for tomorrow.
Absolutely, absolutely. If crimes have been committed, they need to be investigated with an iron fist. But the civil liberties of people need to be protected, and our focus will continue to be on VVIP culture. The people who've been summoned so far have come in for questioning. They've been arrested. Where is the politician's son? Where is the film actor's brother-in-law who continues to abscond despite being questioned? Why are the same standards not being applied to Aditya Alva? We will continue to ask that question. Megha, always a pleasure. Thank you very much for being with me here.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.